Warren, when you say that the economy hasn't been as strong as you had expected if you were looking 4 or 5 months ago, are you talking about from the industrial operations that you watch? Are you talking about from the consumer? Or are you talking about across the board? Because Berkshire is much more industrial focused than it was 8 years ago.
Yeah, you see it in various industrial parts. Well, you've seen it in rail was disappointing last year. It got more disappointing as the year went along, and so far this year, that's been the case.
Although in your annual letter, you really laid out the strong performance at Burlington Northern Santa Fe based compared to a year earlier.
Yeah, but I would have expected the industry to do better, in which case we would have done even better. But we were coming off a bad year, which helps in comparisons, and we ran the railroad a lot better last year than the year before. But overall, the rail industry had a disappointing year. It got poor during the fourth quarter. It's been poor in the first quarter of this year. And there again, some of that's secondary. The biggest thing has been coal, actually. But in oil, 3 or 4% of our railroad car loadings come from oil. But if you look also at frac sand, that's very big. And there's all kinds of ways things ripple through the economy.
Back to that key question, though, the question that I think investors have been trying to figure out is that weakness in the industrial areas, does that spill over to the broader consumer? What do you think?
Well, it hasn't so far, except in certain areas where they've been more exposed.
In Houston, for example,
yeah, or North Dakota or something. Yeah, but that shouldn't really concern investors. I mean, if you're buying a farm, if you're buying an interest in a local business, if you're buying an apartment house to rent out in Omaha to people, you shouldn't be looking at the next 6 months and trying to decide whether now is the time to buy. You should look at what the asset is likely to produce over time and what you have to pay for it. And if you can buy it cheaper, so much the better. For people to try and time stocks is crazy.